Hello everybody, welcome to Rising Hawk Tarot. This video is for the Sun Bear Zodiac sign of the Beaver. So welcome Beavers. And this is a reading for the month of December. I'm going to be doing a medicine wheel spread, and I will be doing the initial spread with I'm using the tarot of the light and shadow. So I'll be doing the initial spread with the light tarot. I will clarify with the shadow tarot. And then at the very end of the reading, I will draw three main themes from the Sacred Forest Oracle cards. Okay, so let's get started for the Beavers for the month of December. Okay, so we start here with the Five of Wands in the center of the wheel. This is kind of like the main theme of the month for you. And the Five of Wands is a card of It can be a card of conflict and competition. So you could kind of feel that there could be some conflict and competition this month for you. Excuse me. A little bit of a tickle in my throat there too. So I feel like there could be possibly some miscommunication that happens this month for you beavers, which that could cause this conflict and competition. But the Five of Wands is also a card of learning. So if there is a miscommunication, there is something to be learned from that. But let's clarify that Five of Wands. So with the Five of Wands, we have the Strength card. So kind of what I would say with this Strength card coming up in the shadow, with that Five of Wands, it kind of feels that this conflict or competition could be somebody trying to force their will onto you, or vice versa. You could be trying to force your will onto somebody else. So the center of this wheel is really saying, don't try to force anybody else's will, and don't allow anybody to force your will. Stand your ground, and just stay strong in that. Okay, so next we go to the east of the wheel. And here we have the Ten of Serpents. And the Ten of Serpents would represent the Ten of Pentacles. And the Ten of Pentacles is a card of building and leaving a legacy. So it kind of feels like if you can stand in your own strength and your own power. So raw power sits in the east of the wheel. It is number 11 in the Great Teachers. So if you sit in your power, and again, don't try to force the will of other people, and you don't allow your will to be forced, this is going to, like I said, be building something great for you. But let's clarify that Ten of Serpents. So with the Ten of Serpents, we have the Page of Wands. So I would say that whatever it is that you are building and you are standing strong in your raw power, you are going to feel very passionate, very strongly about whatever it is that you are building at this time, this month. So I love it. I love it. Great readings. Yeah, okay. Next, we go over to the west of the wheel. And here we have the Three of Cups. So the Three of Cups is all about community, togetherness, celebration, family. And again, the Great Teacher of Care sits in the west of the wheel. So I see you being very open this month too. Even though you've got some conflict and competition, you are actually very much looking for the love and care of the people around you. But let's clarify that Three of Cups. So with the Three of Cups, we have the Star. So the Star is a card of you're following your heart, following your North Star. Um, and it's in coming up in the shadow. It kind of says that maybe you haven't been doing this, that you haven't been following your heart. Again, it kind of feels like with that strength and that Five of Wands card, that you may have been putting your dreams aside, and the things that you want aside for the sake of other people. And Spirit is kind of asking you, like I said, not to do that. Don't dim your light for anybody else. And it also speaks, like I said, care sits over there too. So not only is it a great time to have, care for other people, this is, I feel, very much care for yourself, beavers. So very much practice a lot of self-care this month. Okay, next we go down to the south of the wheel. And here we have the Chariot. So the Chariot can be a card of movement. So some of you beavers could possibly be moving or considering moving. It can also be just travel. And again, it is the month of December, so a lot of people do travel to see family and such. So I do see a lot of travel for you beavers this month, which, like I said, makes sense. But let's clarify that Chariot energy. So with the Chariot, we have the Ten of Wands. So again, okay, so again, I do still see the travel with that Chariot, travel or movement. And the Ten of Wands is a card that represents carrying heavy burdens. So it's almost kind of saying like, if you are traveling this month to see family or whatever, to visit people this month for Christmas or whatever, Spirit is asking you to leave your burdens behind while you go. Don't bring your burdens along with them. I hope that makes sense to everybody. And yeah, Spirit is asking you just to try to enjoy this month, try to enjoy the togetherness with people and whatnot. And again, so don't bring your burdens with you, especially again, the south of the wheel represents our emotions. So these are probably emotional burdens that you're carrying with you as you try to move forward. So try to see if you can leave those behind and let them go before going out and visiting people. Next, we go to the north of the wheel, and here we have the Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups is about understanding and valuing your emotions and feelings. Um, So, and this is in the north, so this is coming up in the area of our minds. So it's almost like some of you could be questioning some of your emotions, I feel, this month. And again, this is actually a good thing because when we question our emotions, we also look at our thoughts because quite often our thoughts and our emotions, actually not quite often, but pretty much all the time, our thoughts and our emotions are tied together. So if we're focusing our thoughts on a certain feeling, we're just going to intensify that feeling. So, which is, again, that's great if you're talking about feelings of happiness and joy and stuff like that. But when you're talking about anger or sadness, um, not so much. When our thoughts are focused on those things, it just perpetuates those uncomfortable feelings. So I would definitely pay attention to your emotions this month, beavers, and your thoughts that are attached to those emotions. But let's clarify that Queen of Cups. So with the Queen of Cups, whoop, sorry, we again have that Five of Wands, which again, conflict and competition. So now this is coming up now in the shadow side. So it's almost like you could be in conflict and competition, and mostly conflict with your own emotions and the things that you are feeling. So definitely spend some time, like I said, to look at your emotions and the thoughts that you have attached to those emotions. I hope that makes sense for everybody. Okay, so next we go down to the southeast of the wheel. And here we have the Eight of Swords. So the Eight of Swords is a card of self-imposed restrictions. Um, and again, this is coming up in the southeast of the wheel, and this is where our shadow animal sits, actually. It's also spirits, and the great teachers in general sit down in the southeast of the wheel. So Spirit is kind of asking you this month, it's saying that there are, again, this goes back to the area of your mind as well, that there are beliefs that you may have that are keeping you bound, that are not allowing you to move forward. And Spirit is asking you to cut away and free yourself from those limiting beliefs. And again, so this would relate back to your emotions and the thoughts that you have attached to them, because there's a limiting belief in there. But let's clarify that Eight of Swords. Okay, with the Eight of Swords, we have the Two of Cups. So I would say possibly for some of you anyway, again, the Two of Cups is a card of communication. So again, I do feel like there could be some miscommunication that does happen this month. And maybe this miscommunication with that Eight of Swords energy, this could be a miscommunication that actually happened a long time ago that you are now just trying to start to deal with and work through. It also kind of says that, so this, whatever the limiting belief is from that Ten of Swords that Spirit is asking you to free yourself, it could have to do with love and relationships. The Two of Cups is also a card of love and partnership. Um, so you could have some limiting beliefs surrounding the idea of love and relationships that it's time to free yourself from and it's time to let go. So I hope that is helpful. Next, we go to the southwest of the wheel. And here we have the Nine of Swords. So you had the Eight of Swords, and right beside it is the Nine of Swords. And the Nine of Swords is a card of repeat patterns or a never-ending nightmare. So it's kind of a card that speaks to, you know, the idea of why does this all keep happening to me? Why does this always happen to me? Okay, it's kind of a trance of negative thinking. Um, and kind of what I'm reading from that Eight of Swords to the Nine of Swords is that as if you free yourself from these limiting beliefs, you're also going to free yourself from these negative patterns. And it could also actually help relieve some anxiety that you have been carrying with you probably for quite a while. But let's clarify this Nine of Swords. Okay, so with the Nine of Swords, we have the Knight of Cups. Now, the Knight of Cups, this is my card of kind of in the original tarot, he's a knight that's all in armor. So he's kind of like the knight in shining armor. But this is coming up again in the shadow deck with the Nine of Swords. So it's almost like you have, some of you may have been either waiting for your knight in shining armor to show up for you, um, or it may be that you were in a relationship and you thought this person was your knight in shining armor, but they let you down. And it kind of feels like some of you maybe holding on to this and the possible belief that this will happen again, right? So that's kind of your belief that there is no knight in shining armor, and that everybody is going to let you down. That's kind of the feeling that I have right now. But again, this is saying that this is a limiting belief. This is not something. Um, it is not 100% true. Okay, so I would say that's probably one of the beliefs for some of you, that again, you need to release and set yourself free from. Next, we go up to the northwest of the wheel. And here we have the Page of Swords. Um, so the pages can represent new information coming in. They are also cards of learning because the pages are still training to be um, knights. So I'm kind of getting a feeling of curiosity and a card of almost like a desire to learn more about something. But let's clarify that Page of Swords. So with the Page of Swords, we have the Four of Cups. Yeah, so I kind of feel like I said, there's some learning involved here. The Four of Cups, especially in the shadow, um, when we're sitting in the Four of Cups energy, we tend to focus on um, so these three cups. Now, again, in the original tarot, there is a guy who is sitting there and he's got the three cups in front of him, and there's one that's being handed to him out of the clouds. Now, the three of cups are meant to represent the wishes and dreams that he had hoped for, opportunities that he had hoped for that didn't work out for him. Okay. Whereas the fourth cup that's being handed to him is a gift from spirit. It's an opportunity from spirit. But because he's so focused on the three cups of the things that he that didn't work out, he doesn't actually see the fourth cup that's being handed to him, the next opportunity that is coming to him. And again, that's kind of what I'm feeling for some of you beavers, especially as far as like I said, I do feel like there's some emotions and feelings surrounding love. So again, it kind of feels like some of you may have been burned a couple times in love, and now there's some fear or some, like I said, limiting beliefs about the idea of love and putting yourself out there and what love actually is. So that's what I'm getting there. Um, all right, and next we go over, and the last card in the spread is in the northeast of the wheel. And here we have the Five of Swords. So the Five of Swords, this is a card of um, knowing your limits, okay? Knowing how much you can take on before you get burnt out or before you get overwhelmed. So it's almost like Spirit is asking you, like, how much more are you going to, like, how much longer are you going to put yourself through this? How much longer are you going to um, take on this pain and punish yourself? That's actually the word that's coming through, is that some of you almost seem like you are punishing yourself for something. But let's clarify the Five of Swords. So with the Five of Swords, we have the Devil. So again, I do feel like a lot for a lot of you that that inner critic or that inner demon is really playing on you. Again, this kind of really goes back to your thoughts. What are the things that you are saying to yourself? Because again, with your thoughts, you can actually intensify um, the struggles that you are having. Our thoughts are actually very important and are very much connected to our emotions. Um, so again, I would not try to avoid taking on too much this month, especially don't take on stuff that doesn't belong to you. Um, and again, really try to set yourself free from the negative thinking this month is what I would say. Okay, let's see what's going on for the three main themes for the beavers. Okay, we start with butterfly spirit, transformation. rainbow waterfalls, miracles, and unicorn, purity. So again, I would say all these make sense because this was a little bit of a rough reading for you. Again, I personally don't think that there's such thing as a bad reading, but it does say that there could be some struggles for you this month, and there could be some lessons. And again, if it really says that you have the opportunity this month to experience a lot of transformation. Okay, so, and again, I really believe that most of that transformation for you beavers is going to come in the area of your mind and your emotions, okay, and how they connect to each other. And again, if you make that connection this month, I do believe that you will see miracles happen around you. And again, there's also a butterfly on that miracles card as well. So again, very much a lot of transformation, at least possible for the beavers this month. And then you have the unicorn, which is purity. So I'm almost feeling like it would be a good idea for a lot of you, especially if you are going through, um, some struggles and some difficult times this month. Um, have a purifying bath is something that I would suggest for you. Um, and I mean, so what I mean by a purifying bath is, run a bath, put some like Epsom salts and maybe some little bit of baking soda, and then just a few maybe herbs or anything like that that just make you feel really good and relaxed. Lavender, chamomile, um, rose, these are all great purifying herbs to put in a bath. So that is a recommendation I would put out there for anybody who is, like I said, going through this transformation at this time. So, all right. Thank you very much for joining me. Um, Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. It really does help out the channel, and I appreciate it very much. I do love and appreciate each and every one of you, and I will see you next time. Have a great month. Bye for now.